Another season in the books, fellas.
Another one a whole year in the books.
A whole year in the books. A whole decade.
A whole 365 days.
A whole very many seconds. Very many. Like a lot.
That yeah, I'd say a significant amount.
I'd say at least 10.
But yeah, everything's over. Well, besides like 2 shows that are carrying over into next season, which we're just going to talk about next week.
Yeah.
So we're just going to double up on those. But yeah, we will still be watching Aruma-kun and Fate Grand Order.
Yeah, the one that took a hiatus for no reason.
2 weeks for some reason.
Because whatever stuff.
Yeah.
And things.
But we're here to talk about the awards.
We're giving away
It's the award special. Bum-ba-da-bum. Pretend there's trumpets. Bum-ba-da-bum. Because I'm not going to put them in. Bum-ba-da-bum. This is the Protagonist Seat Fall 2019 awards. Just in case you got it confused with the Fall 2018 awards.
I know, guys.
We've been doing this.
We're so random.
Yeah, we've been doing this for so long.
For so long.
Yes. But we got to say a few words about the stuff we cut. Because we did cut some stuff this season. We managed
to cut 2 shows out of our entire list, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good season.
Yeah.
I think if we cut like 3 or more, it starts to be one of those like kind of seasons.
Yeah. But first, we'll give some parting words to Assassin's Pride. You weren't good.
You just weren't.
You had gotcha monsters.
You had Kirito.
You had
Vampire Kirito.
You had lollies as the main love interest. Yeah. Way to sexualize a middle schooler, guys. Way to go. Thank you.
Couldn't even make them high schoolers.
Couldn't even make them freaking high schoolers.
You could do like first year high school.
But no, they were middle schoolers. And they looked like middle schoolers too. They looked exactly like I would expect a middle schooler to look like.
Yeah. And it just wasn't cool. Like,
didn't look good.
Yeah. Like when he fought the werewolf guy. They're all called lycanthropes.
Yeah. That was bad.
And it just was whatever. He's like floating through the air and it's dumb.
It doesn't look good. Everything looks slow.
My little lady.
No! No!
Ian was never a fan of My Little Lady.
Because it's bad and I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, at least like when Waver says it, he doesn't add the little, just lady.
Lady. And it's not with like a weird sexual context either. He's just saying it to one of his students.
Lady. Yeah. Ian was not a big fan of this one. I didn't really think it was good either. It was just
It was not good. Go away. Goodbye.
After School Dice Club.
You were kind of boring.
It was boring. I wanted to like it because I like board games and stuff, but that was the only part I enjoyed. We mentioned it before, but this would have been better as a short.
Yeah, it had a lot of unnecessary...
Yeah, I didn't give a shit about any of the plot lines where it's like, hey, this is the mechanism to get us to play the game. And so just play the game. I don't care.
We don't need the mechanism. You're a club. You just get together and you play the
goddamn games. And it was never, like, good. It was just more like, we meet this character... And we have a little plot line with them, and then we play a game with them. And I'm like, I don't care.
They're relevant to one of us.
Yeah, I don't care.
Give a shit.
I don't care.
I don't give a shit about you guys. I just want to play a board game.
You got, like, cute girls playing board games. That's fine. Just introduce first episode, like, I'm this person. I'm this person. We like playing games, and it's fun. And then every episode, just have a short, like, thing of them playing the game.
Even if you want to have, like, awkward girl be like, oh, I'm awkward. And they're like, hey, come play board games with us. We'll make you not as awkward. And then have a little bit of growth there. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's like quick shit that you can just throw in. Takes a minute and a half. But no. You had to add plot.
Too much plot. Like the bullying one I thought was that was awful.
I think that was the breaking point.
That's where we were sitting there. We're just like, where they're just playing a fucking board game, and they're just like, "Hey," and they all hold up their fists, to like, in support. And they're like, "We don't let anyone bully her." And they're like, "She wasn't even bullying her. She was just like, hey, you look like you got bullied."
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
And then of course they show like, oh, she wasn't the bully. She was the person that stopped the bully.
She was the hero the whole time. And I was like, goddamn right she was. She looks like Saki.
Yeah.
Ain't no one ever looking like Saki now being the hero.
Yeah, she looks like Saki and Mordred, but Mordred is, I guess, not a hero, so I don't know if that counts.
I don't
Mordred
know.
is sometimes a hero.
Mordred's weird. Mordred is a weird shade of gray.
And Mordred's, in her actual mythology, she is not.
No.
Well, he, I guess.
In his actual mythology, he is not.
But best girl, Mordred from Apocrypha is.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
That's my stance on that.
I don't know. Are you sure it's not? You sure it's not freaking Frankenstein?
Fran is pretty good.
Fran's pretty good. She just has like the lamest master of all time.
Yeah.
Callus is the worst master I've ever seen.
I don't know, worst ever. There's some.
That's true. That's probably not even the worst on that show.
No,
but he's very
not
bad.
at all. First of all, he lived.
He did.
Actually, no, Darnik is fucking dumb.
Darnik is definitely the worst.
Darnik is an absolute moron. Darnik is a guy who plotted this since World War II and blew the whole thing in like a night because like some Japanese guy who was like from the 1600s outplayed him.
Yes, it's the worst. Ugh. Guys, Fate Apocrypha has a couple plot holes.
Yeah, it has a couple of problems.
just a few.
You know, we're gonna throw it on the screen there just because if we're talking about like, you know, in memoriam shows, we can just...
In memoriam, Fate Apocrypha, a show that should have died.
Yeah, and it aired like years ago. It wasn't even part of this season, let alone this year.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. Goodbye, show that's not even supposed to be on here.
Good, we cut it.
Yeah.
We have officially added it to the list only to cut it in the final episode of this season.
We pulled it back from like what 2018 or 2017 when it aired, and then
we pulled it from the grave, resurrected it, and then killed it.
And then we will probably do that again at some point.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, stay tuned for us beating a dead horse.
But in the meantime, let's talk about shows we actually enjoyed.
Yep, time for trumpets again, but not as long because we already did that.
Yeah, old bit.
Yeah, the 2019 awards. Whoa! Whoa! Our studio audience is going wild right now. Machikado Mazuku. That was last season. Sit down.
Get fucking Ted out of here. I told him to leave earlier.
He's walking up to the table.
Stop it. Go away. Ted, stop.
All right, they're removing him.
Thank you.
Okay.
Jesus.
What do we always start with?
Best OP.
Openings.
The way to start the show is to start with the starting of the shows.
And always remember to pause. I remind you every time just so I can have that little editing space.
Sometimes I even remember. Sometimes.
But yeah, so what OPs did we like?
Well, first up, didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life has a very good OP. Very good. It's got the best OP, it's got the best poses.
Motherfucker, pause.
Can't. I think of the bits. I think of them and they just occur to me.
There we go. That's what I needed.
That's a solid second pause.
And you know, I feel like it has to be on here because every time we mention this show, we just start going boppy 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 doo.
Fair enough.
Welcome to Demon School, Aruma-kun. Yeah.
See, it wasn't my bit this time, so I remembered to pause.
Boppy, 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 doo. This one feels real. I don't know. Something about this OP feels old school.
Oh, my girl.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my girl.
It's so good. That's immediately what I thought when I started watching this was, man, this
whole
OP
show. Yeah, whole show feels like something out of like the late 2000s.
Yeah, it's weird.
And you know what? I'm fine with that.
Me too. It's kind of nice having something that's kind of classic on the list.
Yeah.
But last but not least, we got a show that we've already featured for having another very good OP.
They just got the Fire OPs.
They
and
got
it's not
the good
Fire
ones.
Force.
No, it's Dr. Stone.
Yeah. I don't know. I like this one. I actually like this one more than the previous one.
I have a hard time. I really like both of these a lot. Like, I honestly, I can't decide, I don't think. It's too much, guys. Too many good OPs.
A lot of good shit.
There was a lot of good OPs this season.
But what was your best OP?
Best OP? Brother, I gotta give it to my best girls. The Crimson Vow. Didn't I say to make it my abilities average in the next life? I gotta give it to them.
As much as I like that one, I gotta give it to Aruma-kun. I gotta give it to Bobby. Lou.
I gave it to Didn't I Say because it is, as much as I love the Aruma one, it is the only OP that every time I would sing along to. I would sing along to this OP.
What a China, wahoo wahoo, what a China, wahoo.
Toriaizo is so good. I love it. It touches my heart so much. It's so good.
So much.
But good OPs this season. No filler. No filler in the OP category.
Yeah, no filler.
And where do we always move on to next?
The ED. And honestly,
the best way to end our awards ceremony is with the EDs. It's been a pleasure.
The best way to have the middle section of our award ceremony is the ending.
Is with the ending.
So we both know what it's going to be. You probably know what it's going to be if you've been following along, but
you should know.
So I really like the Salaryman one.
Yeah, it's very comfy.
またくたびれてるシャツとあらさえない顔の群れため息はあの空のほら白い雲かまだかた
Yeah, it's just nice. Like,
it's a pleasant just wind down.
Them at the office sleeping there, playing like Toucan playing his Switch.
Down.
Also, I'm pretty sure Big Cat's Seiyu is the one singing it.
He does. I'm pretty sure it is as well. It's a cozy.
It's
ED.
comfy.
Dr. Stone, what? 2 categories back to back? That's right. We got the Byakuya ED.
We liked Byakuya. We made it very clear. And this is kind of a nice, like, father-son, just sort of little ED where we just kind of get to see a little bit of him
Again,
looking up at the stars.
Again with the little comfy EDs.
Yeah.
And we got some little Byakuya Senku time, and it's real comfy.
And let's be honest now. We're not going to, like, sugarcoat it, kid you that it's not, like...
This is the obvious winner.
Game over! Shoot your guns!
The No Guns Life ED.
Yeah, that's game over.
That's game over.
Game over. It's that it's so sad. Don't believe, just don't believe it anymore. So down the world and then shoot your gun.
Yeah, so that's the winner, if you didn't know.
It wins. It wins. I mean,
it was made on the Unreal Engine.
I think the show itself was made with the Unreal Engine because watching it, a lot of the environments look like they're 3D modeled. So I think the whole show had some Unreal Engine in it. And the ED is fire.
It's really good. The song is super catchy.
No.
Tell me the rules. Sell me the fools.
We sang it every time, and it's too good.
It's like with the Aruma one. That's how we basically open for talking about the show.
Yeah, it makes our processes a little obvious, but you know what? You never know. You could have an upset.
You make a good ending. You make a catchy ending. Of course, we're gonna sing it.
Exactly.
You did good.
You did good, kid. You did good.
Grills. Girls. 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 Girls.
What's an anime without its girls?
What's an anime without its girls? I'll tell you.
Nothing.
Otame stuff.
You know what? That's fair. Nothing. Nothing interesting.
You know what? That's also fair. Because the last time I can think of like an Otame series that's like, wow, super entertaining.
Damn.
Kaicho Maid-sama. And that was years ago.
Fruits
Basket, again,
yeah, people
years
really
ago.
liked Fruits Basket, I guess. MASH.
Best Kohai.
Best Kohai.
Unless you're a BB fan.
But fuck off. BB wasn't in Babylonia.
Yeah. So we got Mashu, our little eggplant.
Yeah, she's got the little purple hair. It always covers that one eye, and she's got the glasses. She hits a lot of good keynotes.
Yeah.
And you know what? She's always there.
She's always there for you.
For me, specifically.
Even if you have no one else, you have Mosh.
Exactly. Next, we got Mary. I almost called her
I think they pronounce it Amari.
Amari?
Yeah, they got Amari-san, the student council president.
Student council Kaicho.
I think it would just be Kaicho.
Yeah.
Kaicho! Yep, we got our really like hard-ass student council president that secretly she's got the Gap Moe where she's just super into cutesy-wootsy romance shit.
The sexy, sultry student council president with the fox ears.
And she's got the best reaction faces.
She does. Watching her react to shit is amazing. Every time. Anytime she shows up, it's like, we're going to get some good content.
And I love her internal monologue. Like, we'll talk about it next week, but we didn't get the episode today where he wants to borrow one of the manga from her. And she's in her mind, she's just like, she's like, oh, you little vixen, you wanted me to come, you want to read this volume to me again today. And he's like, no, actually, I wanted to borrow it.
Oh, so good. Iruma-kun is a pretty good show, guys.
It's a good show.
I'd recommend it.
We only watch the best shows here.
We do.
And Girly Air Force.
And Girly Air Force. Because we need the Hunt Man poster.
We do. But we watch a lot of good stuff. And you know what? You know what's specifically a good show we watched that had a lot of good girls? Specifically 2 really strong ones. But we had to pick one. Oresuki. Are you the one who loves me?
Yeah, this show had a lot of good girls.
And I feel like this person on here isn't your first choice.
It's hard. It's a hard choice because it's one of these two. It's either Cosmos, who didn't end up making the list. Sorry, sweetie, but we can't have any second placers on this list. Oh, Jesus.
Guys, come on.
You executed.
Listen, it was going to be Pansy all along.
You fucking killed her, dude.
Dude, what was I supposed to do?
She was
now I gotta get rid of the entire harem.
No.
Himawari's next, and I'm going after Asuno the second app that she's done.
You know what? That's okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah, you're fine.
You got rid of the good one already.
Well, what if I go after the girl...
Pansy? No, don't.
No, what if I go after the one that owns the restaurant? I don't remember her name.
Best friend girl.
Yeah. But anyway, Pansy.
Yeah, Pansy's on the list because Pansy's great. You got the 4D chess. You got the hidden sexiness. And you know what? I even think she's cute when she's trying to dress down.
Yeah, I don't know why that's like a thing. She wears glasses. I'm like, there's a lot of people with a fetish for that.
Yeah, there's a lot, guys. There's a lot of people with a fetish for that. You can make some decent. Do you wear glasses? Do you have good feet? Then you're set. You're set in life.
Put those two together. Boom.
Put good glasses on your feet, or put your feet on your face.
You know what? I think either of those would do.
Yes. But
if I was a girl, I would try to make so much money doing that.
I wouldn't, because dudes are creepy, and I see some of the messages they send people who do stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
but
that's
like
not okay.
you hide your identity. You wear one of those like medical masks.
Yeah, that works great. You can't see my mouth. You have no idea what I look like.
What if they wear big sunglasses and a wig?
Well, that gets rid of the glasses.
You put the glasses on your feet.
You put the regular glasses over your big sunglasses.
And then you're still wearing glasses.
And then you put your feet up next to your head, and then you're great. That was what we call...
That has nothing to do with Pansy.
A tangent. That's what we call a little bit of friendly banter on this program.
But that's what our selling point is. The friendly banter.
It
Because, it's like we're having a fireside chat.
We're having a fire. We lit a fire in our dumpster.
Yeah.
It's very warm. We need it. It's cold out here.
Yeah. We have to keep like one flap of the dumpster open so we don't smoke ourselves out.
Yeah, that happened once. That was not fun.
It did happen once.
That was not great.
Anyway, skipping on because
skipping the bits.
Yeah, skipping on instead of just going on about Pansy, because clearly we're not talking about Pansy. We're just talking about other stuff.
It's pretty self-explanatory with her.
You know who's best girl and best boy both at the same time? Mavis. One of my favorite characters. I want Mavis to be my knight.
You know what? I would be stoked as fuck to have Mavis be my knight. That would be great.
Mavis is the best. Like, I think she became my favorite out of the group when they found her picture diary.
Yes.
Bro, like, she keeps a little picture diary. She's like the most innocent and pure out of the entire group.
It's great. She is your sheltered, noble kid who's just like, I'm going to be a knight, so I'm going to leave and meet my own friends and go on adventures.
And then the last episode where she's like, I'm the only one that doesn't sneak off. Why do all of you guys sneak off? Friends don't sneak off.
Mavis has such good lines. Just so good. Guys, Mavis is great. And she's blonde. And I've started to learn that a lot of the best girls I pick, if there's a blonde one, she's going to probably be high up in my running.
You have discovered one of Ian's tastes.
New taste discovered.
You can put that down in his character bio.
Write that down on my character sheet, guys.
Ian likes blondes.
Put that down on your character bingo and see who wins at the end of the episode. The free card is we talk about a show that was really bad.
That's the free card.
That's the free card.
The free card. We bring up FGO.
Yeah. We bring up Fate, period.
Yeah, we bring up Fate in some way, shape, or form. We didn't even bring up really FGO this time. We brought up Apocrypha.
We brought up a different Fate property and ignored the one that we actually watched. That covers both bases, actually. A bad show and Fate properties. So that's 2 free cards for you guys.
Yeah, this should be an easy bingo today.
Guys, maybe we should have a 300-piece bingo card, because we might be hitting a lot of these points.
Yeah, we gotta start doing the protagonist seat bingo.
But where there's boys, or where there's girls,
we didn't even pick one yet.
Oh, yeah.
We have to actually do the decision. Well, because we already know you pick Mavis.
Of course.
But who do I pick?
Who does Alex pick, guys?
Who do I pick?
Vote now to see who Alex picks.
Yeah. No, it's Mavis. I pick Mavis as well.
She wins. She's winned. She has won. Godspeed sword.
Because we didn't put Ishtar on the list, because Rin's my favorite Fate Stay Night girl, but Ishtar's a little different than Rin.
Ishtar isn't Rin. She just has her face.
Yeah.
And some of the tropes.
And some of her personality.
And just little pieces of personality.
She's like watered down Rin.
Yeah.
And that's never better than the original.
No one wants Rin light. It's all about the extra cherry Rin. Because she wears red.
She does. She wears red.
She wears the red.
Best boys!
Where we got the best girls, we got the best boys.
And we got some great boys this season.
We do have some. We got some real good boys this season.
Asmodeus. Alice Asmodeus.
Alice Asmodeus. your best friend in the demon world, willing to take a dive for you, but realizes that that's not the way to be the best friend. He needs to go all out and wreck your shit in dodgeball.
And he is always there for you to the point of, like...
obsessiveness.
Yeah. To the point where he would probably try to be in best girl category if he could.
Yes. You know what? That's a very good way to put it. Next up, we got Sun-chan.
The man who went on a redemption arc.
A man who took a redemption arc, who asked out your girlfriend for you just to keep her away from your villain. That's a real hit right there.
He really came back during the pool episode.
The pool I feel like one of the major reasons he's on this list is the pool episode.
Yeah, because before that it was like,
great.
Hey, let's just forget about that shitty thing he did.
Yeah, we'll forget about that time he threatened sexual assault.
They they wrote that out of his character. Like that was like he was like he's two different people essentially.
Yeah.
Arc 1 Sun-chan, and then the rest of the show he's two different people.
And you know what? I'm good with rest of the show Sun-chan, because holy shit, he's just a great guy. There's always got to be best friend character on this list. Every season, there's always like someone who's someone's best friend.
Well, because it can't. Best boy has to be like a best friend. Because
exactly.
We don't watch a lot of romance shows on here starring the girl, which would have him be like the love interest, and it can't be the protagonist because that's a whole separate category.
Exactly.
So it's got to be best friend.
Hey, there's a third person on this list.
Big Dick Wizard.
Big Dick Wizard.
Merlin.
Big Bro Merlin's just here.
Yeah, Big Bro Merlin.
Big Bro Merlin, he's here. He's going to hang out. He's going to do some illusory magic. He's going to cast Tower of Avalon. It's going to be great.
If you don't have a penis, he can give you one.
You know what? That's true.
That's canon.
That is canon. I don't know.
Processing that.
I'm like it hits me every time. Every time I'm like, man, fate's kind of fucked up sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
mythology in general is just.
Well, here's the thing:
up.
they had to like explain the fact that now they made King Arthur a woman, how Mordred exists.
Yeah.
Even though they could have just gender bent her sister and made her sister her brother.
You could have thought maybe they wrote themselves into a plot hole by having a major character in mythology a woman, and then including her child,
who is also a woman.
Who is also a woman.
Who was a man. Actually, in some parts of mythology, Mordred wasn't even his son. It was like his nephew.
That would have worked probably even better. They could have just done that.
But you need to have the "I'm mad at you, Dad."
Yeah, they wanted the daddy issues. Yeah. But anyway, we're not talking about any of those characters. We're talking about Merlin.
But thankfully, it's a little more relevant than last time because Merlin is part of that.
That's true. He's at least in the sphere of influence.
Yeah, he's in the Round Table mythology.
He is. Merlin's pretty cool. He's your big bro. He's gonna do cool magic stuff. Oh yeah, and he
breaks the game.
He's a grand caster who also busts the fuck out of the game.
He's a grand caster candidate.
Yeah. He's up there.
Yeah. But who's your best boy?
I'll
tell you who mine is.
Who is yours? We'll go with yours first.
Asmodeus.
Yeah. I'm going to give mine to Asmodeus, too.
He is just the best.
He has never threatened sexual assault against anybody.
Yeah.
And he is a fucking delight.
Yeah. He doesn't have, like, dick traits like Merlin does. And
no.
He doesn't have all that baggage Sun-chan had. Like, he was bad in the first well, he was an antagonist in the first episode, and that wasn't even like anything major. He got beat, and then boom, he's now best bro forever.
Yeah. Asmodeus is just, he's your best buddy.
He's your best buddy.
He will die for you. Like, he will.
He'll do it.
Don't test him, because he will put that to the test.
And I love how just positively he spins everything Aruma does, where it's
exactly.
He must be doing this because he has a great thought-out plan. I'm such an idiot for missing that. Actually, you know who he reminds me of?
Is it the, from Overlord?
Yes, brilliant Ein-sama.
Your plan was so genius, not even I thought of that until just now.
And he's like, well, I didn't have a plan. He's like, well, yes, but I'll let you explain it to the others.
I do love that.
Yeah, he actually reminds me a lot of him.
He does.
And he was one of my favorites from that group as well.
Exactly. He's pretty good. And Asmodeus is pretty good. I love watching him and Clara interact. I think that's a lot of fun. They have a fun dynamic.
Yeah, since he's really, like, serious and she's the complete opposite.
Exactly, and she fucks with him and he doesn't like that.
But they're still good friends.
So congrats, Asmodeus. You're our best boy.
That's our best boy.
This is the best boy.
This is the protagonist seat, but where there are protagonists,
there are antagonists.
We got, like, the character that sits by the window who's the good kid. Then we got the kid that has, like, the open jacket, and he has, like, you know, the chain. He smokes the cigarette outside of the school.
Yeah, a real Jotaro type.
He carries around, like, a pipe.
That's true. They do a lot.
Yeah, like, you know,
where do they get those
the punk
pipes?
delinquents kids.
Where do they get them?
I don't know. Pipes are probably easy to find. Just look wherever there's piping, and every building has them.
But have you ever just, like, tried to take piping out of a building? That shit is hard. That is not an easy thing to do.
It is when you're a really strong delinquent.
I guess? Anyway, let's talk about some of our antagonists.
We have Sho from Fire Force, Shinra's brother.
The super badass.
Yeah.
He can steal heat from the universe to fuck up its expansion and stop time. That is some of the most busted bullshit I've ever heard.
But on the inside, he's just a little boy, because we see him cry at the end. He's just a little boy who needs his big butter.
He's a little boy who needs his big butter.
Yeah, let's just degrade this kid.
Of course. He is a child. He deserves it. He needs to learn.
But he's basically brainwashed, so he's not even, like, doing anything other than, like, what he's kind of commanded to or what he's been, like, led to believe. Because as soon as he kind of gets an outside perspective from Shinra, he's like, oh, maybe these guys aren't who I should be with. But then he gets, like, brainwashed again.
And he gets brainwashed again. Sorry, Sho.
I think brainwashing is, like, my least favorite form of, like, anything to keep someone a bad guy in media.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, especially when you brainwash someone a second time. I'm like,
It's not great. It could be better. But Sho's pretty cool. He can stop time. I do love the way I will reiterate this because I remember stating this, I think in the last episode. I love the way they do his ability. He stops time and moves around and he just appears. But we don't see that. We just see him appear and disappear. And there's no sound or really kind of anything. It just happens.
I love that he pretty much upped the power escalation now.
Yeah, super hard.
Yeah.
Jose.
Probably the most despicable, evil person on this list.
Just a wretch.
Absolute scumbag. Look at his fucking face.
Disgusting.
Spit on him. Spit on him. Spit on your monitor. Spit on it.
Put up a picture of Joro for that bit. That would be funny as fuck. We have the true main character of Orasuki.
Yeah, who... This guy, compared to the other two people on this list, is not actually a bad person.
I'm not the bad guy.
He's just an antagonist.
He is a rival to our boy Joro, and he goes around just messing stuff up by accident by trying to do good.
Yep. Turns out he ends up being Joro's romantic rival because he also likes Pansy.
Oh no, guys, what are we gonna do?
And Pansy can't tell him off because he's nice.
She feels bad.
She can't even hit him with the magic thing. She's like, man, I really like you as a friend.
Yeah.
So, like, just friend zone that dude.
Friend zone him.
We look like a couple in this, ha ha ha. A couple of besties.
Lol.
Memes.
Yeah,
the
memes.
He's fine.
He's fun.
Yeah,
it's nice.
He doesn't even know he's the bad guy.
Yeah, it's nice to have a bad guy who kind of isn't a bad guy.
In fact, Joro's more so the bad guy.
I would say pretty wholeheartedly that Joro is more of the bad guy.
Although technically he's the bad guy because Pansy feels trapped.
Yeah.
And if you make a girl feel trapped, you're the bad guy.
You're the bad guy.
You're the bad guy, Jose. Everyone spit on him.
Jose.
Take your phone and just crack the screen.
Unless you dropped your phone previously and it's already cracked. Then do it again.
Crack it more.
Crack it more. Crack it like a glow stick. Finally.
So, last, but certainly not least, Gorgon.
Because we need to include more Fate characters and properties in this discussion.
The only Babylonia servant who I don't have.
I have Gorgon.
That's fine, because I have...
She's the only Avenger I have.
Yeah, I was about to say, I have, like, the 5-star one, so...
Yeah, I don't. But I have Gorgon.
She big. She big girl.
She chonky, dude.
She thick.
She a thick snick.
She a thick snick.
And she shoots badass petrification lasers everywhere.
And we just get a really cool fight with her and Ushi Wakamaru and Leonidas.
And the Leonidas fight is amazing.
Hindsight, Leonidas probably should have been best boy instead of Merlin, or like a best boy candidate.
Yeah, but that's fine, because he wasn't going to win anyway.
Yeah.
Filler, sorry.
You let them know the secrets.
I let them know the behind-the-scenes secrets.
But yeah, Gorgon, really good fight.
Gorgonzola.
Nice design. It's just Medusa, but like...
Big.
Sexy snake Medusa.
And big.
And big.
And big.
Well, regular Gorgon's not as big.
Yeah.
Like regular summonable Gorgon.
What if summonable Gorgon was the size of this Gorgon? Like you just summoned a servant that was as big as a city?
Biggest person I think out of all of them is Ivan when he comes out.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. That's the next one.
Lost Belt coming soon.
Yeah, all of you NA players, we're on Lost Belt now. Woo.
Woo.
We're technically in the same thing as JP now.
Yeah.
Even though they're like 5 ahead of us.
Yeah. But we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're catching up, dude. Who's your antagonist?
This is actually a hard one. Because I don't feel particularly strong about any of them like we did last season. We had Tsukasa, and it was like, yeah.
It was very good.
But Tsukasa wasn't even really present this season.
No, this was more about the good guys with, like, as a looming threat.
I don't know. I feel like if I have to lean one way or the other, probably Jose. Again, because he's an antagonist, but he's not like he's an antagonist that is the protagonist of his own story.
Yeah, he's an incredibly just likable antagonist. Because he's just trying to do what he thinks is right.
Is he your choice as well?
He is
also
also
my choice. Are
my
you picking big
choice.
snake titties?
Big snake titties is real tempting. Also, because the Leonidas fight makes me the happiest man ever. Because a 1-star, a 2-star servant just goes nuts, and it's the most insane.
Star rating doesn't have anything to do with their actual power level. That's just the game, like.
Yeah, but still, like, I would never have expected that from Leonidas. And it's a cool scene, but
cool.
You know what? Leonidas isn't the person on this list.
Yeah. Basically, Gorgon just makes us think about how cool Leonidas was.
Yeah.
So, Jose, you get it.
You won by default.
Of course you won. You're the protagonist.
Of course, the protagonist always wins.
Speaking of protagonist, best protagonist. This is a very important award. It's sometimes more important than anime of the season.
Sometimes more important than best OP.
Sometimes more important than best girl.
Sometimes
best girl is the protagonist.
You know what? That's true.
So, we have 3 choices as always. We have Joro.
Our boy Joro.
Inoue Juzo.
Inoue Juzo.
The man with the gun for a head.
A man with a fucking revolver for a face.
And Mile, who has gone by several names.
The ultimate otaku isekai protagonist.
Who is your protagonist of the season? Who is the creme de la creme? Who stands out as the person who sits in that seat? Who is going to sit on top of... I don't know who would pick last season. Who is going to sit on top of Waver, Naofumi, and Kiro's lap?
That's a tough ass heritage list right there.
Are you going to sit like Juzo on there and just kill Kirill on the bottom?
Just absolutely crush poor Kirill. Ooh.
Because all of these people have something I like about them.
Yeah.
Juzo's just cool.
Juzo is cool as shit.
Joro's neat to see kind of like a shitbag being the protagonist.
Yeah. And Joro's also very complex because, you see that he's got a little bit more going on than just being like a pervert.
Yeah. He has things he worries about and he has, needs to like consoling people.
Yeah.
And Mile...
Mile is just a joy.
Mile is an actual isekai protagonist that feels like an actual otaku, not just, hey, I play MMOs in the real world and this is like this. She's like, hey, let me just reference a bunch of anime I've seen.
Hey, in this scene I look like fucking Master Roshi because I'm training my fellow squad members.
Yeah, an actual otaku.
Oh.
In her world, I don't even really think functions like off of video game logic.
No, it doesn't. It's just its own fantasy world. With
Nanomachines.
Nanomachines.
Nanomachines, son.
Nanomachines. Nanomachines, Snake. I think at the end of the day, I think I'm going with Joro.
I am going to pick Mile.
That's fair.
Because Juzo's cool and all, but he's primarily cool. I've seen his archetype before.
Yeah. Juzo is not like a complex character.
Is
Juzo.
He's not really necessarily groundbreaking. I don't think he's intended to be because he's the noir detective in a cyberpunk.
Exactly. He fulfills his role excellently and we love him for it.
Yeah, you can see the characters that he was kind of like inspired by or like they took inspiration from when making him.
Whereas both of these characters, I would say, pretty much break a little bit of new ground. They put a little bit of extra cracks in that concrete.
Yeah, because they're both part of genres that we've seen a fuck ton of, harem and isekai.
And they do things
a little different.
And you know what? Good job, guys. You get to share a desk. I'm sure Joro loves it.
Joro, don't have any like weird thoughts.
Don't have any weird pervy
she
thoughts.
Is really strong.
Yeah.
She might not look it, but she is really strong.
Actually, be careful. Mile is dangerous. And now...
the coveted golden trophy.
Our final award of the evening.
Where it gets to go into this lovely hall where we have them all framed. You can see here, we're walking along. Ah, yes, look at this. The Rising of the Shield Hero, Promise Neverland, Hitori Bochi, Machikado Mazu. Oh, we have an open spot right up ahead.
Who's going to fill this open spot?
Maybe we'll need two.
Maybe we will need two.
Because who knows? Because this is the one we don't discuss anymore. We just say it as we feel it.
We just do it. We're holding you guys in suspense. Do you love it?
Out of everything I watched this season...
Are you
thrilled? I'd say this was a tough season for me because nothing really struck me as hard as previous ones as what the winner was going to be. Because last season, I knew it was going to be Machikado Mazu.
Of course.
And...
this season we got a lot of pretty good shows.
We got a lot of good shows, but...
nothing...
I'm going to say I didn't think anything great.
Yeah.
Nothing that was like I was like on the edge of my seat, like, oh my god, this is the show of the season. Like last season, for example, Astra was that until the end.
Yeah.
Astra crashed hard.
Astra fumbled right at the end.
But for this season, I picked one that was been consistently good, and honestly, one I didn't really even think I would like, that I sort of came to like over time. Dr. Stone is my anime of the season.
Dr. Stone definitely deserves it. This show puts in the effort. You've got a good supporting cast.
I think that's what I really liked about it, the supporting cast. Even people like, even Magma. I like Magma now.
Yeah. Guys, everyone grows. Everyone is interesting.
Byakuya is a great character. That whole arc was just awesome.
They set up a sub-arc with a character who has been dead for like 4,000 years, and we were totally just sucked in. We wanted more of it. And you know what?
Tsukasa was a great villain. I didn't even care that he wasn't in this season, really, because we had just so much going on.
Yeah, the villain was just a looming presence in the background. We got to see so much of our characters interacting and dealing with problems and coming up with interesting solutions. We had that scene where Chrome builds the water wheel.
Yeah, it's not just Senku doing everything. Gen, I really liked as a character.
Gen is amazing. I love Gen.
I loved his, like, the moment where he switched sides, like he destroyed Hyoga's spear.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what, me, a traitor? Yeah.
You got me. Whatever. Ugh, guys.
They even redeemed Magma.
I
really liked the cave episode.
The cave episode's really good.
Where it looks like, too, like he was gonna, like, let them believe he's bad so they didn't bother to save him. But Senku's like, I know what's up.
I'm smarter than that, because I am a genius.
I like the birthday telescope.
Oh, the birthday telescope is so heartwarming.
Oh, and funny enough, we're recording this on January 4th. Today is Senku's birthday.
Guys, say happy birthday to Senku.
Because it's gotta be a show. Come on. Happy birthday, Senku.
Happy birthday, Senku.
Dr. Stone is our anime of the season.
Your birthday present from us is making your show the anime of the season.
We have immortalized you on our very small little podcast. Sticking this right up on the wall right there. And now we can't be accused like of picking like 3 moe shows and like cute girls doing cute things shows right in a row.
Yeah, guys. Even though we love moe bullshit,
yeah.
you can't get us with that one.
Yeah, we can do some other stuff.
We could do other things.
It wasn't gonna go Hitori Bochi, Machikado Mazoku, and then didn't I say to make my abilities average in my next life?
Exactly. That would be a little too moe.
Yeah. Be a little too cute.
Be a little too cutesy.
Be like, what's that? That's the Protagonist. That's the cute fucking podcast.
Those guys really love that fucking cutesy bullshit.
Yeah, they love cutesy bullshit, and that's all they watch. Nah, dude. We are pumped for Stone Wars.
Stone Wars is gonna be great.
It's coming.
I'm excited.
I am too.
Tomorrow.
It's coming out tomorrow. Now,
whole season.
Crunchyroll, hurry up with Shield Hero Season 2 and Stone Wars.
Guy, Crunchyroll.
Pump more money into these Japanese studios.
You already made it so that they were publicized to shit. They've got good production value. Just up it just a little bit.
Also, we know Crunchyroll doesn't make them, but they essentially like pump money into getting more of them.
They pump the shit out of these shows.
Yeah.
The advertising they do for them is insane.
And they're doing a lot for Inspector, which comes out next season.
Which is good, because we're going to be picking that up. So we're going to be watching.
And again, words. It's words the manga.
Gonna talk about a mystery.
But yeah, that was the fall 2019 season. If you've been around with us for a while, as always, thank you for being here.
Exactly. Thank you for staying tuned for our awards ceremony. We hope to see many of you stick around, And if this is your first time discovering us, feel free. We've got all kinds of media.
Yeah. We got
all kinds.
We're on all sorts of formats, such as Google Play, iTunes,
Spotify, Deezer, if you're French.
YouTube. You can subscribe, ring that bell there.
We're really easy to find, guys.
Yeah, we're on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, at Protagonist Seat, respectively.
So, and we always post when our various shows go live, so you have no reason to miss it.
And you know what? If you are new, stick with us, because we're going to be watching new shit, too, so it's going to be new to both you and new to us.
Exactly, guys. We're going to be picking up a lot of new stuff next season.
I've been scouting ahead, and so far, I'm worried.
Yeah.
Looks like it might be a rough one.
But you know what? We'll weather this storm.
Might be like a multiple drop show season, 4. We're cutting 4 off the list. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
And we are also doing a top 10 for the year, which includes things that we didn't watch on the podcast.
Exactly. So stick around for that.
That might only be on YouTube. I'm not sure if that's going to be on anything else.
I think we can probably fit it. I think we can. Well, You know what? We'll workshop it. We'll see how everything turns out. We'll get back to you guys.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to keep
I might do some clips for it too, like put like that 5% more into the editing for it. So
just a little bit.
So check out the YouTube channel, subscribe to that.
Exactly. We always post it. Sometimes we come up with new little series we'll put up there. That's where we'll test new things.
Yeah, we tested the My Hero thing, but
it's in the grave.
It's in the grave.
Sorry to announce. I don't think that was pulling in too much anyway.
It got like 7 views per video, and it wasn't even. It was like a scheduling like pain in the ass for us.
Yeah. So you know what? We're sad. Well, we're not sad.
We'll bring it up at some point randomly, probably throughout the podcast. So just keep watching us if you do like My Hero, and you might hear us mention it.
We'll mention it.
We mention everything. We mention things that are always unrelated.
We'll mention things that aren't even anime related.
You know what? Don't even watch us if you like the podcast or like the show or stuff. Like, don't even watch us to
ramble about dumb bullshit.
Yeah, don't even watch us to hear about any of the shows that we're watching. Watch us to hear about us talk about everything else.
Exactly, because as much as this is an anime podcast, this is also an everything else podcast.
Anime and everything else.
But
it's a classroom. You hear all sorts of conversations.
You know what? Life's a classroom. Learn it. But that's all we got. Stick around, please, and thank you. Like all of our stuff. Our Facebook posts, our Twitter posts.
Yeah, we got a whole new decade of anime to start. So sit right there, because we got 10 years of new shit.
It's going to be an easy ride, except for the next season, probably.
Let's all take a bet on how long Isekai lasts into the next decade.
Oh, God.
Anyway, we will see you next time.
Adios, friendos.
Goodbye.